What is up, you guys? I wanted to come on here and make a little bit of a different video. There is still going to be two full Prize Picks 6-man plays that you can take in this video. Today's Monday, the 29th. They actually happen early in the morning for Tuesday. So you can take these plays. They're going to be esports plays. I'm going to go over a lot of esports correlation. I've been getting a lot of comments wanting a deeper dive into esports. So that's going to be Counter Strike, League of Legends, Valorant, Dota, um, and it's League of Legends and Dota are very similar, and then Counter Strike and Valorant are very similar. So you can kind of take them both with you know both together. So the reason why I'm making this video is a couple of reasons, right? So the NFL and college football, that's normally what we've been doing, and they work very well to make correlated entries. So we always want to make entries that are correlated with each other. So what that means is if one thing happens, it's a lot more likely for another thing to happen. Or all of the plays together are all correlated together. So if just one thing happens in a game, then that benefits all of the plays. Okay, so a very easy example of this is taking Patrick Mahomes over passing yards and Travis Kelsey over receiving yards, right? Something like that, right? Because the more Mahomes throws, the more likely he's going to be able to hit his over, and then the more Travis Kelsey is obviously paired up with Mahomes, the more that he's likely to get receiving yards because Mahomes is the one throwing to him, right? So I'll explain that a little bit more. Um, so that's one reason is that NFL is coming to an end, right? We got the Super Bowl in a couple weeks, but NFL is coming to an end. And then also, Prize Picks has been cracking down on NFL and college football and NHL correlation. A lot of the big kind of major sports because they know it's profitable long term, and they've been losing money on it. At least the people who play this way. So they're cracking down on it, and cracking down might be the wrong word, but what they're doing is they're pretty much implementing payout shifts. So normally with a 6-man entry, which is what we always like to take, we either like to take 5 or 6-man entries. They're 25x your money. So if you put $10 down, you would make $250. If you put $20 down, you'd win $500. That's what you can see in this play here, which actually just hit for me for League of Legends. Um, so they're doing payout shifts, right? And I'll actually show this real quick. Sorry, I was looking at a Dota logo, but um, I'll actually show this really quick here. So I have kind of a pre-built slip here. So we got Mahomes, we got Purdy, Ayuk, Debo Samuel, Rasheed Rice. I'm gonna take him over, and then I'm gonna take Travis Kelsey over. So yeah, so look, $10. I don't know. So $10 to win $170, and you can see that it's payout shifted. It used to be a 25x. Now it is only a 17x. So this number right here used to be $250, which is huge. They're taking $80 away from you. What used to gain 80 more dollars taking the slip like this. And this is correlated, right? Like I just said, we got Mahomes over pass yards, and then we have Rasheed Rice over receiving yards and Travis Kelsey over receiving yards. So like if Mahomes goes off and he has 300 passing yards, right, and he hits his more, it's likely that these two guys are going to hit. Same thing with Purdy. If he goes off and he gets 300 pass yards, it's likely that these two guys are going to hit their receiving yard totals. So that's how it's correlated. And Prize Picks is cracking down on this. They realize this, and they're saying, you know what? We're not going to give you guys 25x's for this highly correlated play anymore. We're going to payout shift you. So if you ever see this little thing that says payout shift, unless this says 25x or 24x, you never want to take it, right? And if anyone tells you to take it, they're lying to you because that's not going to be profitable long term, and it's huge going from 25x to 17x. So that's a big reasoning of why I'm looking into alternative routes to get a lot of correlation. And I think what I found is pretty crazy because I'll just hop into League of Legends and Dota here, but this I think is the most correlated entries that you can get on Prize Picks right now is League of Legends correlation. And I'll kind of explain how they're correlated, right? So if you just look at this pick, which again, today's Monday, this game happens early Tuesday morning. I mean, like 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. and stuff like that. So take this play if you haven't taken it. It's very correlated. This is an excellent play. And you can see it's 25x. It's $10 into 250. I haven't seen any payout shifts with League of Legends, Dota, Counter Strike, or Valorant. So let me explain how this is correlated because I've gotten a couple comments asking if I could do kind of a full video on it. And yeah, this is what that is. So we have the team GZ, two players on GZ, and then we have the team TB, two players on TB. Um, these four players are all playing each other. Okay, so you can see that they're all playing at 1 a.m. These four players are all playing at 1 a.m. So these four players are all in the same game. That should already be kind of like a alarm going off in your head of like, wow, that's going to be very correlated. That we have four players all in one game. So if just one thing happens in the game, right? And I'll kind of explain what that is. If the game goes one way, all four of these should hit. And then we also have this two-man over here, which we since we can only do up to six players, but we have this two-man here that's also highly correlated because it's two players on the same team, both going less. Okay, so what we're looking for here is with League of Legends, and if anyone asks, I've played League of Legends a decent amount in the past. I don't know who these teams are though. Like they're probably some Korean teams or something like that, but I don't know GZ, I don't know TB, I don't know these players. Just being honest, but they are very highly correlated, so it is good to take, right? We have these two players on this team going more and more. I have them. These two players that are playing this team going less and less. How League of Legends works is normally a team gets an early on lead, so they're able to get early kills or take early objectives. I don't know. Just yeah, they pretty much they pretty much get ahead early on in the game. When they get ahead early on in the game, they're able to kind of snowball that lead into more and more and more kills because when they get an early lead, they're able to buy items, get better abilities, work as a team better because their whole team is getting kills and assists for those kills, and they're pretty much all powering each other up. And that team is just gonna skyrocket and just keep the kills up, keep winning, keep snowballing those kills into more kills. And what the other team's gonna do is they didn't do that. So they're still going to be really bad. They're going to play from behind, and they're not going to be able to kill these other players on this team because this other team is way ahead of them, has way more damage, has way more health points and all that. So this other team's going to be way ahead and not be able to die, right? They're pretty much going to be like Super Saiyan. Like all of them are going to be like Super Saiyan, just like insanely good. Their players are going to be unkillable and just have a ton of power to them, and this other team is not going to have power to them, and they're not going to be able to kill this other team. So pretty much what happens is, especially in competitive League of Legends like this, one team gets up early and they just snowball that lead and keep snowballing that lead and keep snowballing that lead, generate kills up until they just win the game because they just have so much kills, they have so much power. The other team's not going to be able to do that. The other team's going to have less than that, so they're going to have less kills for these games, right? So for this slip, I have GZ doing that. We want GZ to be the one getting early kills, snowballing those kills into more and more kills, and the other team not being able to do that. Now, could TB be the one that does that? Yeah, they could, right? That's just the nature of the game. Sometimes these things happen, right? It's just like the NFL correlation. Could it just happen where Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy just put up stinkers and they both throw for like 150 yards and it just is like a snowstorm or something like that? Yeah, that could probably happen too. But that is how it's correlated there. This also, because it's two players, that's also going to be correlated. So we just want this team A and C to not do well and not have an early lead and not be able to snowball kills into more kills. So this is how it works then, right? So we have four players that are all correlated together, and all we need is the game for just GZ to get some early kills and be able to snowball their lead into more and more kills, which I would say that's probably like close to a 50-50% chance, right? Like I would say that this game could be a close game. I would say that's maybe like a 20% chance. And then maybe this is like a 40% chance that just this snowballs, and then this is a 40% chance that these two players just snowball. But if you're getting a 40% chance that this happens and that would hit all four of these plays, that's really, really good odds, right? It's close to a coin flip to hit four plays. So this is the first play. Lock this in. I hope you understood that. This is for League of Legends and Dota. Now I'm going to move on to Counter-Strike. It's similar. I'm not going to explain it as much just because it is similar. There's just a few key things that are different. So League of Legends was 2 players per game, which is crazy that they're able to do that. I honestly think that they are going to change that pretty soon. So I would take advantage of it while you still can. But for Counter Strike, you can only pick 1 player per team. But you can see in this slip here, which is an example slip, and you can take this because this hasn't happened yet. We have this team. We have Red Star on the team 500 versus the team Godsend. Okay, so they're playing each other at 5 a.m. So we got 500 versus Godsend. These 2 players. We have Prezi versus Entropic. These 2 players are playing each other at 3 a.m. And then we have alternate attacks versus Sprout. These 2 players are playing at 5:30 a.m. Okay, so you can just have 1 player per team. So we have 1 player on 500, 1 player on Godsend. That's a pair. They're playing each other. That's a pair. They're playing each other. This and this, that's a pair. They're playing each other. Instead of one team winning a lot and being able to snowball that lead into more and more kills, what we actually want for Counter Strike is we want the games to be close because how Counter Strike works is there's there's a maximum of 26 rounds in the game. Okay, but the game is first to 14. So whoever gets 14 rounds the quickest wins. Whoever wins 14 rounds the quickest wins the game. So the game could either be 14 to 12 or the game could be um 14 to 2, right? So the game could either be 26 rounds and all of the rounds are able to be played, or the game could be like 15 rounds, 14 rounds, 16 rounds. And all of those rounds are when these players are generating kills. Whether you're winning in the game or losing in the game, you're generating kills in these rounds because that's just how it is. It's a shooting game, and people get caught out, and you're able to get kills whether you're winning or losing the game. You're able to generate kills. We just want the games to go as close to 26 rounds as possible. Okay, so if you're taking more and more, we want the games to go as close to 26 rounds as possible because that's going to stretch the games out. That's going to be able to have it where the games are long games, right? And overtime would even be good too, which these games can go into overtime also. So for more and more, we'd want the game to be stretched out and as close to 26 rounds as possible because that's going to be more opportunities, more rounds, more opportunities for kills. So for this one down here, which is less and less, we would actually want this game to be um, as close to 14 rounds as possible, right? Like what we would want is just one team to blow the other team out of the water, and not many rounds happen, so not many kills are going to happen. And I mean, I guarantee you, even if let's just say alternate attacks blows the other team out of the water, and the game is 14-1 because they won 14 rounds, and this Sprout team only won 1 round. I guarantee you, even though this team won 14 rounds, this person still wouldn't be able to hit this kill marker here because there's only 15 total rounds in the game if it was 14-1. Whereas if this was a close game and even these guys lost 12-14, which would be 26 total rounds, then he would have a much higher likelihood of hitting this kill total because the game stretched out until 26 rounds. Okay, so the two key things that you need to know really is League of Legends. You have League of Legends, and then for Counter Strike, you can only pick 1 player per team. Okay, if you try to pick multiple, it's just gonna say sorry, you can't do that. So I mean, you'll find that out either way. But then the thing is you want to pair up these players together that are facing each other, um, that are facing against each other in the same game. Make sure the time matches up, and you want to take them identical lines, or you want to take them more and more or less and less. So you want to pair them up with the same, um, you know, you want to pair them up with the same more or less type thing, right? So like think of it in pairs: more, 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 less, less. For League of Legends, it's the opposite. You want to place 2 players together, like this, and you want to take one team to go more and more, and the other team to go less, less. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. For League, for Dota, for Counter Strike, and for Valorant, I'm going to be posting a lot more esports plays, as many as I can, because I think this is a huge opportunity right now, especially for League of Legends, because you're able to do 2 players per team. I just think it's crazy. And you can see that I literally just hit one today with this strategy. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, follow for more. Yeah, really comment if you enjoyed this type of video, more of an explainer video. Take those two plays. Like these two plays are available to take, so that'll be good. I'm gonna come out with a little bit of a free, like a free VIP type thing where I can text you plays, just because a lot of these plays, these lines do move pretty quickly because I don't know, they kind of fluctuate. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get these plays to you guys quicker, rather than just having to come on here and do a video. It'd be nice if I could just take the play and then send them out. I'm still definitely going to continue doing a daily video though, giving you guys things like this. I know baseball's starting relatively soon, so I'll see what type of correlation I can pull out of that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And let's hopefully hit some of these League of Legends plays and Counter Strike plays. Maybe just put $5 on it and see how it goes, and start to kind of feel how these things are correlated. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna hop off for now, and yeah, have a great day.